Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a very different type of video. You guys are normally used to seeing me install parts on this car, doing reviews, adding things to this car to make it better and better. But in this video, we're actually starting to part things out. Now I will have another video up explaining why, going over all the details, what's to come and everything in the future and all that. I know this may come at a little bit of a surprise to some of you on YouTube, but if you've been following me on Instagram, I kind of keep more up to date on that kind of everyday stuff. You guys know that I decided to part some things out from this car and it is going up for sale. There is a lot that went behind this thought. There's a lot that went behind this decision. It wasn't something that I thought about yesterday, last week, last month. This is something that has been on my mind for a very, very long time, over a year now. And I finally decided to bite the bullet and get things moving. Now, it may not make sense to you guys because I understand this car is something that you guys have been watching for the past 3 years. For me, it's been this coming March will be 6 years of ownership. So it's been quite a long time of making videos, making content, enjoying this car to the fullest. But ultimately, it's about my life, and it's just one of those things that I'm ready to do. I'm very motivated to start a new project, and I want to take you guys along. So instead of just parting things out on my own and kind of doing it behind your back, selling the car and all that, and then being like, hey, guess what? The STI is gone. Here's the new project. This car, I know a lot of you are very, very invested in, obviously, because that is the main reason why you guys have watched the channel. That is the main reason why you guys are subscribing to me. So I get it. I totally understand. So instead of just kind of going behind your back and doing all that, I figured it was only right to take you along for this journey as well. Since I've taken you along through the entire ownership of this car, I started making these videos about 3 years in of ownership with this. And then you guys have pretty much been seeing videos since then. You've seen it transformed into pretty much a basic stock STI with just some wheels and exhaust to all the way where it is today. 413 horsepower, completely modified, and just an absolute blast of a car. Now, like I said, I'm going to go into detail, go into more explanation as to why it's selling, why I decided to make this choice. But as for now, I figured I would take you guys along and show you the parts that are getting removed off the car. This is an extremely overwhelming and stressful process for me since there are so many parts on this car. Believe it or not, I have taken almost nearly $10,000 worth of modifications off of this car. It still looks pretty darn good, and honestly, I don't think anybody would really notice much. A few things here and there, but a lot of the stuff that I've taken off is either shipped, it's on the ground, or I'm getting ready to ship and it's already boxed up. So this is a one-man show. This is something that I am doing on my own. I don't have any help, so like I said, it is very, very overwhelming. I decided to throw up a few parts on my Instagram, and they literally went in a matter of like 5 or 6 hours. It was pretty insane. All the DMs and everything, answering anybody's questions, and just it was nuts. I was not expecting that. So huge thank you to all you guys that did buy something, and for everybody that reached out. It means the world to me that I was able to sell these parts so quickly, and everybody was super respectful. Everyone was very mature, and we got everything sold very, very quickly. I really, really, truly hate selling parts these days just because it's not what it used to be. Everybody's expecting a deal no matter what it is, even if it's a brand new part. No matter what price you put up, even if it's free, people will still haggle with you and tell you that your price is wrong and their price is right. So again, I really do appreciate everyone being super respectful and everyone being very, very mature and basically just paying what I was asking for the price, which was very reasonable, might I add. I wasn't over asking for anything. Everything was priced right, at least in my eyes, and everybody got some really, really nice parts. So what I'm going to do now is go over the car of parts that I've already removed, and then also some parts that we're actually going to remove in this video so you can see some of the progress with it, and then we can go from there. So yes, the engine bay looks pretty darn stock, even though it's not. A lot of the carbon bits have been removed. Carbon shrouds, the capacitor JDM covers, the Cobb coolant tank, the Cobb alternator cover here, the parent strut bar, which is actually over there. A couple other things, I believe. Honestly, I forget. There's been so much stuff that has just been taken off. Oh, the Renegade Motorsport cap set, the white cap set. So it still looks good, and all the performance parts are still on there, which I'll go to in a little bit. I know a lot of you are going to ask that, but that is what we did in the engine bay. Exterior wise, remove the carbon fiber hood scoop from WRX Daily. We did all the demodification of the mirrors. I did leave the sequential turn signals on there since that is wired up into the door for the DRLs as well. And I also left the gloss black bottoms there because whatever, they think they look nice. I also removed the yellow mirrors. Those are shipped out and sold. We go into the back, roof spoiler, the gurney flap, the APR license plate backing, the STI trunk trim, and I think that's it that I removed so far. And also I removed the Titanium Works axle nuts. I actually just did that off camera tonight. And I believe that's it so far. I'm shipping all this stuff out tomorrow. I got to box it up. So all that stuff will head out. And yes, all this stuff is already sold, so don't reach out. It went very, very quickly. If you guys are interested in anything, I will be listing it up on my Instagram as I mentioned. But for now, there's only a couple parts left that I'm selling right now, which are actually the wheels. And I'm actually letting go of the Recaro Sportster GTs. So those are for sale as well. And I'm also selling off the, they're over there actually, the auto folding JDM mirrors that I was going to install. It's all, those are actually brand new. I never installed them. Comes with everything. So if you guys are interested in those 3 parts, hit me up on Instagram. I have the prices and everything listed there. So let me know if you are interested in anything. Also, I forgot to mention this. This has already been purchased. I haven't removed it yet since this person is actually coming up in 2 weeks to pick everything up. They bought the diffuser, the entire carbon fiber lip kit, as well as the custom OEM Plus Lightworks headlights. So all that stuff will be removed in 2 weeks. So I feel like that is going to be a big change once that stuff gets taken off. Because this car looks so good with a lip kit on there. But all that stuff is sold. That will be removed. Also, the taillights, we're going to remove that tonight. Some of the things up front, like the lower class garage front chassis bar, as well as the fog lights, those are getting taken off tonight. Now, as for any of the interior stuff, like the carbon fiber door handles and all the Alcantara, the I-Doing head unit, all that stuff, that is staying. I do not plan on removing it, mainly because this is either my stock trim already wrapped, or I sent in my stock pieces for core exchanges when I got all this done. So I really don't feel like going through the hassle of getting all those parts and, you know, kind of dealing with that. Plus, I think it looks fantastic and someone else can enjoy it. So I know the next question is going to be, how about the brakes? How about the performance aspect? How about the suspension? Any of that being sold? As of right now, no. I'm going to be selling this car performance exactly the same. I'm going to leave the turbo. I'm going to leave all the exhaust, the Kilobeat equal length headers, oil pan, all that stuff that you see. Everything that makes this car how it is in terms of handling and the power is staying. And the main reason for that is because I just simply do not feel like removing it, because if I remove one piece, so if, you know, say if I wanted to sell the carbon cob intake, if I remove that, I got to remove everything. I don't have a specific tune just for that. This car is tuned for everything on here right now. So if I remove one thing, I would have to remove it all. And honestly, I just don't have the time, patience, or the want to even do it. So when I do put this up for sale, it's going to look a little different in terms of the exterior, but the overall performance and the reliability and everything is going to stay exactly the same. So someone's going to get one hell of an STI, and all they need to do is do some exterior stuff and make it look as good as this, or even better if they wanted to, and kind of put their own spin on it. So yes, I know it is sad. Yes, I know a lot of you may be disappointed, but honestly, this has been something that I've been thinking about for a very, 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 very long time. And I'm just ready to make that jump. And I'm excited to take you guys along with me through that whole entire journey. So let's go ahead. Let's remove the remaining parts that I need to ship out this week. The taillights, the fog lights, and the lower class garage front chassis bar. I got to box all this stuff up as well. And then the next video, most likely, I'm going to go into detail explaining everything as to why this is being sold, what's happening, and what to move to next. Alright guys, so we are going to wrap up this video. We ended up removing quite a few things from the front bumper. I got the lower class garage front chassis bar out, and I actually added the compressive tuning snorkel, the little scoop right here. Can't really see it, but I wasn't able to run it since I had the crash bar or the chassis bar up front here. But since I removed that, I decided to add that so the new owner will have the full kit, since I have the compressive tuning shroud up here. I was never able to run that scoop because of the bar there, but it's there now, so it's going to help with airflow. I ended up putting these stock fog lights in, but I also put in some nice LED fogs in there, so they're still yellow and they still have a really nice output. Ended up removing the front lip. It is insane. I mean, you guys know how low I am, but it is crazy how much higher this car looks without the front lip. It almost looks like it's stock. It's insane how much a lip does for this car. So if you don't have a lip on your WRX or STI, I highly recommend it. It looks crazy without one. You guys know how low I am, but you can tell how low just by the tires tucking like that. But I can't believe how much a lip does to this car. I also ended up removing a few things from the engine bay, the Cobb fuse box cover, as well as the Perrin electronic boost control solenoid cover, the white one. Ended up removing that as well. Sold that. That is still for sale at this time, the white little cover. But yeah, it's coming back to stock. It looks, still looks good for the most part. I didn't reattach the bumper completely. It's just being held on by 2 screws up top. Since I need to remove it again in a few days to remove the headlights for the new owner, I also got to remove the side skirts, diffuser, and the rear spats, but I'm going to do that another night. I've been working on the car every night for like anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, taking parts off, packing them up, and it's been crazy. It's literally like a second job over here, just getting all this stuff off and packed up and sent out to everybody. So it's a lot of work. It is fun though, because I am working on the car and I enjoy working on cars, but it's crazy to see the transition from this car. Oh, and I also, as you guys saw, I also put the stock tails back on, which is crazy how much different the rear end looks with those stock tails. So crazy how much more aggressive the rear end looked with the Subi Speed tails. But yeah, I never was a big fan of them. They were always too bright red. They're nice looking. I wish they were a little bit darker. I actually, years and years ago, I did a kind of an OEM Plus taillight. What I actually ended up doing was all the chrome inside. You have to split the taillight apart. You can't do it like the taillights, but you actually have to cut it out and then end up painting all the chrome housing inside black. So it gave it a nice cherry look. So if you're looking for an OEM Plus looking taillight that still is a stock taillight, that is definitely the route to go. I think it looked way better, and it wasn't as bright and vibrant and didn't stand out as much. But yeah, we're moving right along. I got my little packing station over here. Lots of stuff going on and stuff getting wrapped up over there, and trying to stay as organized as possible. It's a little crazy, but we're getting through it. And yeah, so figured I would take you guys along. I'm probably going to be doing more videos of kind of taking things off the car and everything, and I do plan on washing the car up and getting it clean again once I'm finished taking some things off, because it is very dirty, and I still would like to drive the car because it's still 413 horsepower and still a lot of fun. So we'll do a wash soon and drive and everything once we get everything kind of situated and kind of everything off to the new owners. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. If you have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.